How to make someone who doesn't value you obsessed. Have you ever felt like you're pouring your heart out for someone who doesn't even notice? Like you're standing on the sidelines, desperately hoping for their attention, while they carry on as if you're invisible? It's a whirlwind of frustration and longing, leaving you questioning your worth and wondering why you don't seem to matter to the one who means so much to you. Here's the brutal truth: they don't see your value because you've handed them the power to define it. But what if I told you that the key to making them obsessed isn't about changing their mind but transforming yourself? What if, instead of chasing, you became the force they couldn't resist gravitating toward? This isn't about manipulation or tricks. It's about rewiring the energy dynamic entirely. You stop being the seeker and become the sought after. You stop yearning for their validation and instead radiate a confidence so fierce that their world feels empty without you. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This power lies in reclaiming your worth. The truth is, people are obsessed with those who exude purpose, who command respect without demanding it, and who live with an energy that says, I am enough. In this guide, we're not just going to teach you how to flip the script, we're going to rewrite the entire narrative. Through 11 unshakable techniques rooted in timeless Stoic wisdom and modern psychology, you'll transform into the person who doesn't beg for attention but commands it. The first step: building an unbreakable foundation of self-confidence and self-respect. Let's begin. Number 1. Adopt a growth mindset. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. A growth mindset is the foundation for that construction, allowing you to see challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities for improvement. By embracing this perspective, you step into a version of yourself that evolves continuously, making you captivating to others. The power of a growth mindset. Imagine you've been passed over for a promotion or your ideas were overlooked in a conversation. The fixed mindset might whisper, "You're just not good enough." But a growth mindset shouts back, "What can I learn from this to come back stronger?" As Carol Dweck, the psychologist behind the growth mindset concept, explains, people with a growth mindset believe their abilities can be developed through dedication and effort. This creates resilience, a key trait that draws others to you. It shows you're not defined by setbacks, you're driven by your potential to overcome them. Stoic wisdom and growth. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." For the Stoics, every obstacle was a chance to sharpen their skills and strengthen their resolve. Similarly, when you see life as a series of lessons, you transform into someone who is not only interesting but also inspiring. Practical steps to cultivate a growth mindset. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Embrace the process. Growth isn't about instant success, it's about persistence. Celebrate small victories and recognize the progress you're making. Seek feedback. Constructive criticism isn't an attack, it's a tool. Use it to refine your skills and mindset. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Spend time with those who encourage growth and push you to expand your potential. Why it matters. People are naturally drawn to those who are constantly improving. A growth mindset makes you magnetic because it signals self-awareness, resilience, and ambition. When others see that you're willing to grow, they can't help but admire your determination and strength. By embracing a growth mindset, you not only build confidence, you become someone others aspire to be around. In a world where many settle for mediocrity, your commitment to growth makes you unforgettable. Number 2, be unapologetically yourself. Have you ever tried to fit into someone else's mold, only to feel like a knockoff version of yourself? Maybe you toned down your laugh because it was too loud, or you pretended to love hiking because your crush wouldn't stop talking about it. Let's be real. How long can you keep up the act before you're gasping for air like a fish out of water? The courage to be you. In love, at work, or even at brunch with friends, Authenticity is your golden ticket. Imagine you're dating someone, and they adore your goofy sense of humor. But one day, you meet their friends, and suddenly, you're stiff as a board, trying to look cool. Spoiler alert, the charm that won them over vanishes. Or at work, your boss asks for creative solutions, and instead of pitching your bold idea, you suggest something safe and dull because, well, what if they think you're too ambitious? Congratulations, you've just blended into the wallpaper. Being unapologetically yourself is about saying, "This is me, take it or leave it." And trust me, people always want to take what's real over a copy. Stoic perspective on being you. Epictetus lays it down. If you wish to improve, be content to appear clueless or stupid in extraneous matters. Don't wish to seem knowledgeable. Translation: stop faking it. Stoicism teaches us to live by our values and principles, not by what others expect. Pretending to be someone you're not is a surefire way to lose yourself, and people respect those who are firmly rooted in their truth. Real-life examples. Love. Imagine this, you're on a date, and the other person starts gushing about their love for spicy food. Instead of choking down ghost pepper wings to impress them, you say, "Spicy? Nope, I'm a proud member of the mild salsa club." They might laugh, but they'll remember your honesty. And if they don't? Good riddance. Work. Your coworker presents the same cookie-cutter solution everyone's been recycling for years. Instead of jumping on the bandwagon, you pitch your daring, innovative idea. Sure, it might ruffle feathers, but when it works, you'll be the one everyone talks about. Friendship. You hate karaoke, but your friends beg you to join. Instead of hiding in the corner, you get on stage and butcher a Taylor Swift song with so much confidence that the crowd loves you. It's not about being the best, it's about owning your moment. Practical steps to authenticity. Know your quirks, write down the little things that make you, you. Do you snort when you laugh? Love pineapple on pizza? Good, own it. Say no. When someone suggests something that doesn't align with your values, practice saying, "No, thanks. That's not my thing." Show, don't tell. Instead of bragging about how unique you are, let your actions do the talking. Your individuality will shine through naturally. The power of authenticity. Being unapologetically yourself is a statement, "I'm enough just as I am." It shows confidence, resilience, and self-respect, all traits people can't resist. And here's the kicker, when you stop trying to be what others want, the right people, friends, lovers, and colleagues, will gravitate toward you. Because the truth is, no one misses the person you're pretending to be. They miss you. The loud laugh, the weird quirks, the bold ideas. So stop dimming your light to make others comfortable and start shining so bright they can't look away. Number 3, foster emotional independence. Picture this, you're constantly checking your phone, waiting for that one notification from your crush or partner. You feel like your happiness is locked in their reply, and without it, the world feels a little dimmer. Sound familiar? It's not just love, it's a tether, and it's pulling you away from your own inner peace. The liberation of emotional independence. Emotional independence is about being your own anchor. It's not that you don't care about others, it's that you don't let their actions dictate your joy. Imagine if your happiness was a renewable resource, a stream flowing endlessly from within you, rather than a bucket someone else fills and empties at their whim. That's the power of emotional independence. Stoic wisdom on self-reliance. Epictetus hits the nail on the head. Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. In other words, the reason you feel so crushed when they don't call isn't because of their silence, it's because of the meaning you've attached to it. Stoicism teaches us to reclaim that narrative, to focus on what's in our control, our thoughts, our actions, and our emotional balance. Real-life scenarios. Love. Imagine a partner who's going through a busy phase. Instead of spiraling into anxiety because they're not texting as much, You take that time to dive into hobbies or spend a weekend catching up with friends. By the time they reconnect, you've enriched your own life, and probably have a million interesting things to share. Work. Your boss doesn't immediately praise your hard work on a project. Instead of fretting over their approval, you focus on how proud you feel about your effort. Remember, your value isn't tied to external validation. Friendship. A friend cancels plans last minute. Rather than sulking, you take yourself out for coffee, enjoy a book, or try that new recipe you've been eyeing. The day isn't ruined, you've made it yours. How to foster emotional independence. Find joy in solitude. Spend time alone, not scrolling through Instagram, but genuinely doing things you enjoy. Go for a walk, journal, or explore a new skill. Reframe rejection. When someone doesn't meet your expectations, remind yourself, their actions reflect their reality, not your worth. Balance your circle. Surround yourself with people who add to your life, not those you rely on to complete it. Relationships should enhance, not define you. The beauty of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop loving or caring, it means you stop needing. It's choosing to be a full, vibrant version of yourself, regardless of what anyone else is doing. When you exude this quiet confidence, people notice. You become magnetic because you're not grasping for their attention, you're standing tall, a lighthouse guiding ships, but never chasing them. An elevated life. Think of emotional independence as a gift, not just to yourself, but to those around you. When you're secure and self-sufficient, you create relationships built on mutual respect and admiration, not dependency. And when they do miss you, it's not because you've begged for their attention, it's because your self-assured glow is impossible to forget. Let your life be a masterpiece, painted by your own hand, with colors no one else can dull. Number 4. Redefine failure as growth. Failure. It's a word that sends shivers down the spine. It's the sting of rejection, the embarrassment of a misstep, or the hollow feeling of falling short. But here's a question: what if failure wasn't the end? What if, instead, it was the beginning of something far greater? The Stoic lens on failure. The Stoics believe that failure is not the enemy, it's the greatest teacher. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This mindset transforms every setback into an opportunity. A rejection from someone you admire becomes a lesson in resilience. A missed goal at work pushes you to refine your skills. A faltering friendship teaches you about boundaries and respect. Why failure feels like defeat. The pain of failure often stems from a misplaced focus on external outcomes rather than internal progress. When you tie your self-worth to someone else's approval or a single accomplishment, failure feels personal. But in reality, failure is just feedback. It's not about you, it's about what needs improvement. Turning failure into growth. Detach from the outcome. Focus on the effort, not the result. If you poured your heart into something and it didn't pan out, that doesn't diminish your worth, it showcases your courage to try. Reassess, don't retreat, analyze what went wrong without self-judgment. Did you misread the situation? Were you unprepared? Reflect and adapt. Reframe the experience. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I learned." This simple shift rewires your perspective and empowers you to move forward. Practical Stoic exercises. Journal reflection. After a setback, write down 3 things you learned and 1 way to improve next time. Micro challenges. Set small, achievable goals that build confidence. With each success, your fear of failure diminishes. Visualize resilience. Picture yourself thriving after failure. Imagine using the lessons learned to achieve even greater heights. The magnetic power of growth. People admire resilience. When you treat failure as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block, you exude quiet strength. It's not the perfection of your journey that captivates others, it's the grace with which you navigate its imperfections. Remember, failure is not a reflection of your inadequacy. It's proof of your ambition. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it propel you forward. In doing so, you don't just make them miss you, you make them inspired by you. Number 5, live with purpose and passion. Let's face it, nothing draws people in like someone who lives their life like they're starring in their own action-packed, feel-good, Academy Award-winning movie. Purpose and passion are the gravitational forces that make you utterly unforgettable. Without them, you're just a side character in someone else's story, and we can't have that, can we? The Stoic framework for purpose. Seneca didn't mince words when he said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Translation? Stop scrolling endlessly through social media, hoping your crush will miraculously text you. Instead, dive headfirst into what sets your soul on fire. When you live with purpose, you become the sun in your own solar system, not a planet orbiting someone else's whims. Why purpose makes you magnetic? Think of the last time you met someone who spoke passionately about their work, their art, or their mission. Didn't their energy make them unforgettable? Passion lights you up from the inside, and that glow is irresistible. It's not about showing off, it's about showing up, for your dreams, your goals, and yourself. How to channel your inner trailblazer. Define your mission, what makes you tick. Whether it's a career goal, a creative pursuit, or a personal passion, identify it and chase it unapologetically. Show your enthusiasm, stop hiding what excites you. Whether it's mastering the art of sourdough bread, yes, even that, or climbing the corporate ladder, let your excitement shine. Share your journey, talk about your purpose in a way that invites curiosity. Don't just say, "I'm into fitness." Say, "I've been exploring how strength training transforms both the body and the mind." Intriguing, right? Practical Stoic tips for passionate living. Morning reflection. Every morning, ask yourself, what can I do today that aligns with my purpose? Celebrate small wins. Each step forward, no matter how small, deserves recognition. Reassess regularly. Purpose evolves. Check in with yourself monthly to ensure you're still passionate about your pursuits. Tragic real-life example. Now, let's add some humor. Imagine being the person who lives their life entirely for others. You text your crush hourly, check their online status like a detective on a mission, and drop everything the second they need a favor. What's the result? They don't miss you, they pity you. Instead, picture this. You've picked up a new hobby, let's say painting, and posted a masterpiece on your Instagram. Suddenly, they're DMing you, "Wow, I didn't know you were so talented." You, sipping your coffee, reply coolly, "Oh, that's just a weekend thing." Bam! You've gone from clingy to captivating. Final word, let passion lead. Purpose and passion are your golden tickets to becoming the person others admire, miss, and even obsess over. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because you're too busy impressing yourself. Now go forth, live boldly, and make them wonder how they ever overlooked you in the first place. Number 6, don't forget to prioritize yourself. Let me ask you this, when was the last time you treated yourself with the same devotion you reserve for others? If your answer falls somewhere between "I can't remember" and "never," we've got a problem to fix. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. Without it, you're not a romantic hero, you're a background character in everyone else's love story. The power of prioritization. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. You've spent too much time estimating your worth through someone else's eyes. Prioritizing yourself revokes their power over your happiness and puts you back in the driver's seat. The magnetic appeal of self-focus. When you prioritize your needs, goals, and well-being, you send a clear signal, "I value myself, and so should you." People are naturally drawn to those who set boundaries, value their time, and maintain their independence. Why? Because confidence and self-respect are undeniably attractive. Practical tips to put yourself first. Schedule me time like a CEO. Block off time in your calendar for activities that recharge you, whether it's a solo coffee date, hitting the gym, or binge reading Stoic philosophy. Learn to say no. Stop bending over backward to please everyone. Affirm, "I'd love to, but I can't this time," will do wonders for your mental health and your allure. Invest in your growth. Take that course, join that club, or start that project you've been putting off. Your personal development is the best gift you can give yourself. A hilarious reminder. Imagine this: you're the person who drops everything for others. Your crush texts you, "Hey, can you help me move this weekend?" And without hesitation, you're there, hauling furniture, sweating buckets, and getting paid in pizza. Meanwhile, they're flirting with someone else while you're stuck rearranging their spice rack. Now flip the script. You politely decline, citing a packed schedule that involves, you guessed it, prioritizing yourself. Suddenly, they're curious. What could possibly be more important than helping them? You've gone from helpful sidekick to intriguing enigma. Stoic practices for prioritizing yourself. Morning gratitude. Start each day by listing 3 things you're doing for yourself. Boundary audit. Review where you're overcommit and where you can pull back. The "would I do this for me?" test. Before saying yes to anything, ask if it aligns with your goals or well-being. Why this works. When you prioritize yourself, you shift the narrative. You're no longer chasing validation or approval, you're living your best life on your terms. And trust me, that kind of energy is irresistible. So, stop being everyone's personal assistant and start being the CEO of your own life. The people who truly value you will show up, and they'll be damn lucky if you let them stay. Number 7. Ignite their curiosity. Let mystery be your ally. If you've ever read a suspenseful book or watched a cliffhanger-packed series, you'll know the power of mystery. It keeps you hooked, guessing, and wanting more. Now, imagine harnessing that same magnetic pull in your life, not by playing games, but by becoming someone whose depths are worth exploring. Why mystery matters. When everything about you is on full display, there's little left to discover. And let's face it, people are naturally drawn to what they can't fully grasp. Leaving room for curiosity makes you captivating, not because you're being manipulative, but because you're showing there's more to you than meets the eye. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." When you hold back and let others come to you, you shift the dynamic. It's not about withholding, it's about living authentically and letting your actions speak louder than your words. Practical ways to spark curiosity. Be selective about what you share. Instead of broadcasting every thought or detail about your life, share pieces that reflect your growth, passions, or uniqueness. For example, in love, instead of explaining every single day at work, mention an intriguing project you're passionate about and leave it there. At work, share a creative idea or unique solution, but hold back on unnecessary details, encouraging others to ask questions. Let your actions speak. Instead of announcing your goals, quietly pursue them. Let people notice the changes and wonder how you made them happen. Example: you start hitting the gym regularly. Instead of bragging, let your improved energy and confidence show in your posture and interactions. Be a great listener. People are naturally drawn to those who seem interested in them. By being an attentive listener, you create an air of intrigue, because most people expect others to talk about themselves constantly. Embrace solitude without explanation. Taking time for yourself isn't selfish, it's enriching. Skip the detailed explanations about your absence or activities. Let them wonder what's keeping them so engaged. Real-life examples. The colleague who knows when to speak. Think about John at work. He doesn't talk much during meetings, But when he does, it's always something insightful. People respect him because he doesn't waste words. They know when he speaks, it matters. The romantic partner who keeps things fresh. Mia, in her relationship, never overshares. She gives glimpses into her passions, like a weekend spent volunteering or learning to cook a new dish, without overloading her partner. Her partner is always curious about what she's up to and eager to learn more about her. The Stoic perspective on mystery. Stoicism teaches us the importance of composure and depth. You don't need to scream your value, it will radiate naturally when you live intentionally. Epictetus wisely noted, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." This isn't just about speaking, it's about living in a way that sparks curiosity, invites questions, and leaves room for interpretation. By practicing restraint and thoughtfulness, you become a person of substance, someone others want to know more about. How this transforms relationships. Mystery is an antidote to complacency. Whether in love, work, or friendships, keeping an element of surprise or intrigue ensures that people remain engaged with you. They'll find themselves thinking about you in your absence, wondering what you're up to, or imagining the parts of you they haven't yet seen. Why this works? Curiosity is irresistible. When you embrace mystery, you're not creating distance, you're inviting others into a deeper connection, one that unfolds over time. You're showing that you're a layered, evolving individual with more to offer than meets the eye. So, ignite their curiosity. Don't hand them the whole book, offer a few captivating pages and let them crave the rest of the story. Number 8. Stop playing detective. It's not Sherlock, it's life. Let's face it, diving into the rabbit hole of overanalyzing someone's every move isn't just exhausting, it's downright unattractive. Texting frequency, social media likes, cryptic comments, they're not clues in a mystery novel, yet many of us act like we're solving the case of the vanishing crush. Instead of being Sherlock Holmes with a magnifying glass, why not be James Bond with unshakable confidence? Here's the Stoic twist, you're not in control of their actions. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Why the detective act backfires. The moment you start analyzing every detail, you lose focus on what matters most, your own sense of peace and self-worth. It's like trying to untangle spaghetti while ignoring the delicious meal right in front of you. In love, you're dissecting why they didn't use an emoji in their last text instead of realizing the conversation itself is what counts. At work, you're overthinking why your boss didn't praise your report instead of focusing on the quality of your work. Being too caught up in their behavior shifts the power dynamic, you become needy, and they notice. The Stoic remedy, detach from the noise. Focus on your own story. You're the protagonist, not a side character in their life. Let go of the need to decode every action, they're not Shakespeare, and life isn't a tragedy. Accept uncertainty as normal. Seneca wisely said, if you wish to be loved, love. But he never said, if you wish to be loved, analyze their Instagram activity. Uncertainty is part of relationships, and your job is to embrace it, not fear it. Control your own actions. Instead of waiting for their next move, make your own. Pursue your goals, passions, and hobbies. Confidence grows when you stop looking outward for answers and start creating them yourself. Practical steps to retire your detective hat. Put down the magnifying glass. Instead of rereading their last text 17 times, respond naturally. If they care, they'll show it. If they don't, you'll know without needing a conspiracy board. Redirect your energy. Channel that investigative energy into something fulfilling. Pick up a hobby, plan a solo adventure, or simply enjoy a quiet evening without obsessing over their actions. Create mystery. By stepping back, you naturally build intrigue. Let them wonder about you for a change. The comedy of overanalysis. Picture this. You're poring over their cryptic, two-word reply, wondering if sure, cool means they love you, hate you, or forgot who you are. Meanwhile, they're binge-watching cat videos, blissfully unaware of your inner turmoil. It's funny when you think about it. Overanalyzing makes you a prisoner of your own thoughts while they're probably just existing. Real-life application. In love. Stop refreshing your chat app every 30 seconds. Instead, go to the gym, call a friend, or catch a movie. You'll feel more confident, and they'll notice your absence, and that's when curiosity kicks in. At work. Instead of overthinking why your boss hasn't responded to your email, start working on your next big idea. Action beats anxiety every time. The Stoic perspective. Epictetus taught us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. And freedom starts with freeing yourself from the chains of overthinking. The more you let go of the need to figure out every detail about someone else, the more space you create for self-growth and genuine connections. Final thought. When you stop playing detective, you shift the narrative. No longer the investigator, you become the enigma, the confident, composed individual others can't help but wonder about. Isn't that a better role to play? So, step away from the mystery board. Let life and love unfold naturally. You'll find that when you stop chasing answers, they often come to you on their own terms. Number 9. Set boundaries with grace, not aggression. Picture this: you've just finished a long day at work. Your phone buzzes. It's them, asking for yet another favor, a last-minute errand, or an emotional dumping session that leaves you drained. You hesitate, feeling torn between wanting to please them and the sinking realization that this isn't a two-way street. Sound familiar? Here's the truth: when you let someone trample over your boundaries, they won't suddenly wake up one day and decide to treat you better. No, they'll keep pushing, testing, and taking until you're running on empty. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's survival. And when done with grace, it's the ultimate display of self-respect and confidence. The art of graceful boundaries. Marcus Aurelius said it best: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you assert your boundaries, you're not controlling others, you're controlling how much access they have to your emotional energy. Boundaries are about teaching people how to treat you, not about cutting them off entirely. It's not war, it's negotiation. Why boundaries make you magnetic? Confidence isn't just walking into a room with your head held high, it's being able to say no without guilt. People value what they can't exploit. When you show that your time and energy aren't up for grabs, it makes them think twice, and that's attractive. Boundaries are like the velvet rope outside an exclusive club. The harder it is to get in, the more they'll want to be part of your life. Practical examples for life and love. In relationships. If they only text late at night expecting an immediate reply, calmly let them know your availability ends at 10 p.m. Watch how quickly they start texting at 9:59. Politely decline plans that don't align with your priorities. I'd love to, but I need to take care of something important first. Let's find another time. At work. The coworker who dumps their tasks on your desk every Friday afternoon? Respond with, I can help you prioritize this next week, but I'm at capacity today. The boss who calls during your weekend yoga class? Let it go to voicemail. Your mental health is worth more than that email. With friends and family. Aunt Sally bringing up your love life for the 50th time at family dinner? Smile and redirect, that's a great question. Let's talk about your recent trip instead. Why grace matters. Setting boundaries aggressively can make you look combative or defensive, but gracefulness shows strength without hostility. A firm but kind approach is more likely to be respected and less likely to spark unnecessary conflict. Stoic strategies for boundary setting. Epictetus wisdom: it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. Stay calm, even when someone tests your limits. Prepare your script. Rehearse simple, non-confrontational lines like, "I'm not able to commit to that right now," or, "That doesn't work for me." Stand firm, but flexible. Boundaries aren't walls, they're gates. Open them for those who respect you, and close them for those who don't. The ripple effect. When you set boundaries, you'll notice something remarkable. Not only do you protect your peace, but others start respecting you more. They see you as someone who values themselves, and people gravitate toward self-assured individuals. You stop being a pushover and start being someone they can't help but admire. So, the next time someone tests your limits, remember, you're not a doormat, you're a fortress. Let them knock, but only let them in if they come with respect. Number 10, become their safe haven, not their obsession. There's a kind of magic in being someone's safe place, the person they turn to when the world feels heavy. But here's the secret, you don't become a safe haven by being flashy or constantly in their face. You create that space by being someone who listens without judgment, someone who makes them feel valued and understood. Think about it, people don't fall in love with someone who's chasing them relentlessly. They fall for the person who makes them feel seen, heard, and comforted. A safe haven isn't about obsession, it's about emotional security, the kind of connection that lasts far beyond fleeting infatuation. Why this works? When someone feels safe with you, they associate you with comfort and peace. Instead of being another source of stress, you become a reprieve from it, a rare gift in a chaotic world. This connection isn't built on drama or intensity but on authenticity and trust, which form the bedrock of deep, lasting relationships. How to be their safe haven. Listen without interrupting. When they share their thoughts or worries, don't jump in with solutions or advice unless asked. Sometimes, they don't need a problem solver, they need someone who simply hears them. For instance, instead of, "Here's what you should do," try, "I hear you." That sounds really challenging. Offer unwavering support. Be consistent in your actions. Show up when they need you, and keep your promises. Reliability is the foundation of trust. Example, if they're going through a tough time at work, send them a thoughtful message like, "I know today's meeting might be tough, just remember how capable you are." Celebrate their wins without jealousy. Cheer for their achievements wholeheartedly. Nothing feels safer than being with someone who is genuinely happy for your success. Imagine they just landed a big opportunity. Instead of making it about yourself, say, "That's amazing. I'm so proud of you, you've worked so hard for this." The Stoic touch. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This wisdom applies perfectly here. Being their safe haven isn't about dazzling them with words or actions. It's about giving them the space to be themselves, knowing they won't be judged or dismissed. The difference between safe haven and obsession. Being someone's safe haven builds a connection based on trust, while obsession fosters dependency and fear. A safe haven empowers them, an obsession traps them. Your goal is to be the steady anchor in their life, not the storm that leaves them spinning. When you master this balance, they'll not only miss you, they'll crave the stability and warmth you bring to their life. Number 11, build a magnetic aura through passion. Passion is like fire, it spreads, ignites, and draws people in. There's nothing more captivating than someone who is truly alive, chasing dreams with relentless energy and purpose. Passion isn't just attractive, it's magnetic. Think about the people you admire most. Are they lukewarm about life, or do they exude excitement about their goals? People gravitate toward those who are deeply invested in something bigger than themselves because that energy is irresistible. Why passion matters? Passion gives you depth. It shows that you're not just existing but thriving, pursuing something that fuels you. This drive doesn't just make you interesting, it inspires others to reflect on their own purpose and dreams. How to cultivate and share your passion. Identify your passion. What lights you up? It could be a creative project, a career milestone, or even a personal goal like running a marathon. Dive into it wholeheartedly. Share your journey. Let others see the process, not just the results. When you share your progress, challenges, and excitement, you create a story that people want to follow. For example, I've been working on this painting for weeks now, and it's finally coming together. Here's what it means to me. Incorporate them into your excitement. Passion is contagious when it's shared. If someone asks about your project, invite them to be part of the conversation. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of this idea? Celebrate your wins, big and small. Share moments of success, no matter how small, with genuine enthusiasm. I finally finished that book I've been working on for months. It's such a relief to see it done. Real-life applications. In love. Imagine your crush sees you light up as you talk about your latest project. They'll see you as someone full of life and ambition, a refreshing change from those who coast through life aimlessly. At work. Share your excitement about an innovative idea or a challenging project. People respect and remember those who bring energy and commitment to their work. The Stoic perspective. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Passion starts within. It's not about waiting for external motivation. It's about finding what fuels you and chasing it with everything you've got. This inner drive becomes the aura that others can't ignore. How passion makes them miss you. When you live with purpose, you stand out. You're not just another person in the crowd, you're a beacon of inspiration. People don't just remember your passion, they crave the energy and perspective you bring to the table. Passion isn't just about doing, it's about being. And when you embody it, you become unforgettable. Let your drive and enthusiasm be the spark that lights up not just your life but theirs too. Conclusion: embrace the power of presence and purpose. As you stand on the threshold of transformation, remember this: the power to make someone miss you isn't rooted in manipulation or pretense, it's in becoming a force of nature they cannot ignore. By building confidence, living authentically, and chasing your passions, you don't just make an impression, you leave a legacy. The truth is, people are drawn to those who radiate independence, purpose, and self-respect. When you focus on cultivating a life so rich and fulfilling that it overflows, you naturally become someone worth missing, not for what you do for them, but for the unshakable energy and inspiration you bring to their world. Why they'll miss you? They'll miss your quiet confidence that never begs for validation. They'll miss your passion that ignites curiosity and admiration. They'll miss the way you made them feel valued, seen, and understood. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This is the essence of your power, to live a life that is so vibrant and purposeful that your absence is a void no one can ignore. Take the challenge. Are you ready to stop waiting for their attention and start becoming the person they can't stop thinking about? Commit to this journey of transformation. Start with these small but powerful steps. Write down one passion you'll pursue today. Identify one way you'll invest in your self-confidence this week. Reflect on how you can bring authenticity to every interaction. Call to action. If this resonates with you, share your thoughts in the comments. What step will you take to reclaim your power? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more transformative insights. Your journey doesn't end here, it begins. Stay strong, stay driven, and remember, those who live with purpose are never forgotten. Let them miss you, not for who you were, but for the unstoppable force you've become. See you next time.